Hello, welcome to Agaram to Zodiac channel. Today I would like to discuss something which is very close to my heart and I'm very passionate about. It is personal branding. I'm pretty sure some of you or most of you listening in would have come across this or already working on this for yourselves. And about 18 months ago, I was invited as a chief guest at PSNA Engineering College in Tamil Nadu. And the topic I chose to discuss or talk with the engineering students and faculty was personal branding. Now, the response I got from the students and the faculty alike was very, very promising because this topic resonates well with all, whoever is working, doesn't matter what field, but definitely resonates with all. That is why I thought I should talk about it. I should just share my thoughts. If you like it, make sure SSLC, share, subscribe, like, and do comment. That will help me improve as well. So make sure you comment as well. Now, into the topic. Personal branding. Let me start by saying something which you should keep in mind. And I'm going to ask you a question as well. I want you to take a minute. If you can come back on the comments with the answer you get in your mind, that will be greatly appreciated. Just type what you thought the answer is answer that came to your mind. Okay, Usain Bolt. You all have heard this name. You all know who he is. He is a Jamaican sprinter. He retired in 2017. He's 33 years old. Guess what his net worth is? That's not the question. Guess what his net worth is today? It is $90 million. Okay, he's a runner. He's a sprinter. He's the best in what he does. He is the best. Now, I'm going to tell you about an advertisement that was run in the Australian TV. This was, I don't know, 2 years ago, whatever. I want you to guess. That is the question I want you to type in the comment as well. The question is this. I want you to guess what that ad is about. Usain Bolt was on the ad. Just guess what the ad was about. I want you to type in the comment section what you think or what comes to your mind, what the ad was about. Okay, I'm going to pause for 2 seconds before I start talking again. I'm giving you the time to think and make sure you put it in the comment. Okay, so if you thought it was something like a shoe ad, if you thought it must have been something about energy related stuff, if you thought anything to do with sports related stuff, sorry, you are wrong. The advertisement was for 4G internet and it was by a company called Optus, which is in Australia. Just think about it. Why Optus chose Usain Bolt to come on a 4G internet advertisement? That is where personal branding comes in. It is so powerful. What do you think when I say Usain Bolt? What is the one word that comes to your mind when you think of Usain Bolt? Speed. What is Optus trying to convey? That their 4G internet is fast. What have they done? Usain Bolt is on the ad because he is associated with speed, and that is his personal branding. It is a brand for himself. It is just like any company brand. Usain Bolt is a brand in himself. That is what Optus wanted for their internet ad because they wanted to illustrate the point that their 4G internet is fast. Just keep that in mind because personal branding is not about just getting the next job. It's about developing yourself as a person, as a brand in what you do in future, in your career. Okay, it could be beyond career to form a career for yourself. That is what personal branding is about. What does it mean? Is it coming up with a good CV? Is it coming up with the next job, what the job is? It's beyond that. It is well beyond that. Personal branding is about structuring your profile in such a way that, as I said, you come out as a brand that people want to use or want to see. It could be getting you for the next best job they have in their company, or it could be you establishing yourself for something much bigger. What do you do? What do you do to achieve it? How do you go about achieving it? Few things you can do. Few things you can start very simple small steps. I'm not asking to boil the ocean here. Just keep it simple for yourself to step forward in that direction, keeping this in mind. Be aware that it is something very important for you, that it is something that you should be aware of and building on. Few very simple things you can do. One of those is elevator pitch. If you haven't heard about it, it's very simple concept. Elevator as in the lift. If you were to meet someone, an MD of a company at the ground level, you're going to the fourth level, you say you get to, I don't know, few seconds, 30 seconds from ground floor to fourth floor. If the individual asked you, what do you do? What do you answer? You have 30 seconds to answer that question in the most perfect way, nicest way possible, that he remembers you after you say bye to him. That is elevator pitch. Each one of us should have a crisp, clean, sharp elevator pitch for yourself. You can't start rambling around everything you've done in your career. You can't go about talking about, you wouldn't have that time. By the time you finish your education, you'll be gone out of the lift. You don't want that. You want succinct, very clean, as I said, very crisp profile information summarized into that 30 seconds that you have with that individual. That is what elevator pitch is about. What does it do to you? When you do that way, you're preparing yourself, you're rehearsing yourself for that occasion, whenever that happens, and you get it right straight away. Second thing, LinkedIn is becoming quite big. LinkedIn is quite popular in the professional community. It is becoming more of a CV, online CV, than us sending a paper CV to companies. More recruiters are on LinkedIn, looking at profiles, looking at people for the fit they have or they might have in their company, and you need to be there. You need to be there, well presented. It's very, very, very different to Facebook type social platforms we have. LinkedIn is very professional. It's only for professionals, and you need to be mindful of that when you put your profile up on LinkedIn. Now, LinkedIn is quite powerful in doing many other things as well. Networking with like-minded people, being connected with the industry you are in. Because one thing you need to be very careful, it's not like 20 years ago where you start a job, you retire in that job. Things are changing drastically every single day. A research has found that in your career, typically an individual will change 4 times. When I say change careers, it's not like from, say, for example, being a developer to a senior developer. No, they are talking about completely changing careers. You could be a hardcore technical person becoming a salesperson. That is a big career change. Similarly, they are saying, the researchers said that typical change is 4 times in anyone's career. Are you ready for it? Are you getting ready for such a change when an opportunity presents itself? Someone told me once, the opportunity ship doesn't wait too long, and it does sail fast, and it doesn't come back very often. Keep that in mind. Are you ready for the next opportunity that comes to you? Are you ready to take it on when the opportunity does present to you? Think about it. So I've told about elevator pitch. I've told about LinkedIn. The third one is you need to start, as I said, planning. What does the next 5 to 10 years look like for you? You need to have that vision. You need to have that plan in mind. Otherwise, someone else will be devising it for you, and you don't want that. Your future, your career future should be in your hands. You should plan, and that accordingly you should work backwards and start preparing for it. Classic example. Do you know what the next 5 years look like from technology perspective? If you're in technology, in your own field, what does the next 5 years look like? Take yourself out for a second and have a bird's eye view of the industry you are in. What does the next 5 years look like? Compare that with, say, 5. If you think it's not needed, go back 10 years or 5 years. How much you have transformed, that industry you are in has transformed. I can bet you that the industry, in every industry, any industry you are in, must have transformed drastically to where it is today. That is what I want you to take seriously. What does the next 5 years look like? Do you know that? Are you ready for it? Otherwise, you're going to be left behind. I'm not talking about competition here. I'm talking about you being ready to take on the next opportunity, because the next opportunity is going to be based on a completely different skill set. Unless you are ready for it, unless you are preparing yourself for that occasion, you will be left behind. A runner cannot start running in a race straight. He has to practice for hours together, for weeks together. He has to practice for that one moment, for that one race. Exactly the same thing. If I want my career to have a leap forward, if I need to take a leap forward in my career, I need to get ready today. And I need to know what the technology trend looks like, and am I ready for it? It's about educating myself. It's about keep learning. Education is one thing, but learning the right thing is the main point I'm trying to make here. Keep that in mind. So this all comes together when you talk about your personal brand. Keep that in mind in the sense, how do I structure it, which helps me, my career, and my brand as I go into the next 5 years. Hope what I have shared with you helps. Any questions, please put it in your comments and share your thoughts as well, what you think about this video. Again, SSLC, share, subscribe, like, and do comment. Meet you next time. Thank you.